What up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith. Welcome to the Nerdy Narrative, where today I will be sharing with you my September TBR. I feel like I chose a reasonable stack of books for the month of September. However, it's possible that I won't get to all of them because I will be starting reading for the SPSFC this month, which stands for Self-Published Science Fiction Competition, which is the sister competition of Mark Lawrence's self-published fantasy blog off. I had so much fun being part of Team Bookborn for SPFBO that I immediately signed up for the science fiction competition where I am on Team Book Invasion. In addition, for the reading I'll be doing for SPSFC, let's talk about the books that I'm hoping to read. Let's go ahead and start with the book that will probably be on 95% of BookTube TBR videos you watch this month. Stephen King's fairy tale. He is currently the author of my favorite fantasy series, which is the Dark Tower series. As much as I would love to manage my expectations for this novel, it's very hard not to have extremely high expectations. I will likely start this one the day that I get my hands on it. I don't plan to read the book description. I'm going to go in completely blind, so if you're looking for more information on what that one is about from me, I am so sorry. I have no idea. I don't want to know. I want to go into it as blind as a bat, so that's what I'm going to do. Next is my patron pick of the month. The Wheel of Names chose Star, and she chose for me Rats, Bats, and Vats by Eric Flint. This book sounds like it is going to be absolutely hysterical. It has to do with cyber uplifted rats and bats that have human speech. From what I understand, they work for the humans, but they're planning a revolution to get out from under the humans. I can't wait to see how this one's gonna go. Next up, NetGalley approved me for the arc for Jenna Amour's Full Immersion. This is the story about a woman named Magpie who discovers her own dead body. This discovery leads Magpie down a path of trying to find out who it was that killed her and why. Now, this next one is on the fast track to becoming a BookTube darling. I have seen this one read and reviewed and mentioned all over my friends' channels, and that would be The Legend of Blackjack by A.R. Whittam. Somewhere amongst my comments, either on Discord or on videos, the author saw that I was interested in reading this one and offered me a copy of the audiobook to listen to. The author also noticed that I was an immersion reader and mentioned that they were going to be giving away free copies of The Legend of Blackjack for Kindle. I snagged that up too. I cannot wait to read this one for myself and discover what it is about this story that has all of my friends raving about it. And according to Libby, my hold for the next book in the Star Wars High Republic should be coming in soon for the audiobook Light of the Jedi. This is a series that I'm buddy reading with my husband Chris. If you missed our review of the first book, of course I'll have that up in the cards for you and down in the description box below if you want to check that out and see what we thought of the first one we listened to, which was Into the Dark. I should also mention we are going by the Penguin Random House Star Wars canon audiobook timeline, which are all of the audiobooks in chronological order. I will share the link to that in the description box below as well. My friend Gail and I will be continuing the Fetch Phillips archive. We're going to be reading One Foot in the Fae by Luke Arnold. This is an urban fantasy series that is so good. So good. In the first book in the series, you find out there was an event called the Coda where all magic was destroyed, removed from the world. Fetch Phillips is a man for hire who has accidentally found himself the person that everyone thinks is out to find magic again, which means anytime that someone comes across something where they suspect magic is at the root, they come to Fetch. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Fetch finds himself in the middle of. This time, I'm also excited to read a new author, Andrea Hairston. I will be buddy reading this one with my friend Evie from the channel She Was Only Evie. This is about a character named Redwood who is an African American woman and an Irish Seminole man who is named Aiden. And they're traveling from the swampland of Georgia to Chicago, the city of the future. I believe the two characters are performers or actors, that's their profession, but they also bring the healing power of Hoodoo to the community. I am so eager to read this. I'll read anything that has a mention of hoodoo in it. I have just always been fascinated with the history of hoodoo and learning more about it. I have a couple of books here from self-published authors that I scheduled to read and review this month. The first one is Drop by H.D. Kirkland III. Let's see what this one is about. Jacob Kahn lied to his father when he said he was attending a jazz festival in Pensacola, Florida. Instead, he and his closest friends end up beside a pond deep in the woods near a long-forgotten cemetery. While that is where their trip begins, no one fathomed where their journey would drop them. Alright, so we can agree that that sounds amazing. My next self-pub one here to read and review is called Star Mark Rising by Shami Stovall. So let's see about this one. Being one of the few genetically modified humans, Clavon DeMarco has a cocksure attitude and the combat skills to back it up. Stronger, faster, and wittier than most sad sacks, no one even comes close to his abilities until he crosses paths with the captain of the notorious Star Mark, Endelian Voight. Endelian has one goal: become a planet governor. And although only superhumans are allowed such a position, she has a plan. It doesn't matter the cost, she's determined to claw her way to the top. And she needs DeMarco's help to carry out her machinations. Impressed by Endelian's drive and abilities, DeMarco agrees, but when her schemes draw the ire of the most powerful superhumans in the galaxy, everything DeMarco ever cared for might burn in the flames of Endelian's ambition. Okay, so we have genetically modified humans, we have superhumans, and then we have somebody who's apparently going to stop at nothing for political power. So that should be interesting to see how that one turns out. Next up in the stack is The Maid by Nita Prose. This is the book that won the vote to be the September pick for the Wine and Crime Book Club. If you would like to join us to read this one for the first time, or if you've read it and you just want to join in on the conversation and see what the rest of us think as we read through it, the link to the Discord will be in the description box down below, and the live show discussion will be the last Saturday of the month at 1 p.m. Eastern here on the channel. I don't know anything about this book. All I know is that it's a murder mystery, and some of my friends really loved it and some of my friends really did not like it at all. So I have a feeling this one will spark a lot of interesting discussion in the book club. So this month will also see me continuing my progress through Christopher Ruocchio's Sun Eater series by reading The Lesser Devil. I believe this novella is about Hadrian's younger brother Crispin. If I remember correctly, the schedule for the read-along has us reading The Lesser Devil and then starting Howling Dark in September and finishing it sometime in October. Last but not least on the September TBR, a series that I have been looking forward to over a year reading with my friend Kate from the Literary Apothecary, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, illustrated by Jim Kay. As many times as I have read Harry Potter over the years since the series started, I've never read the illustrated editions, even though my mother-in-law has been collecting them for me over the last several years. Anyone who wants to join us for this is welcome. Even if you don't have the illustrated edition, you just want to reread Harry Potter, I will have the Literary Apothecary's Discord linked below. Kate will be hosting the read-along channels there on her Discord. There you have it, folks. Those are all the books that I am planning to read during the month of September. I am very much looking forward to getting started and of course sharing all of my wonderful reading experiences with you. If you're excited to hear more, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you liked the video today, show it some love by clicking the like button. Have a fantastic rest of your day and I'll see you in the next one.